Do you think people really understand it?
Not sure. Not sure they understand it, in fact, because I think it's often reduced to sweet spirits, it's reduced to low-end spirits, and I think this is not rum. So,
What's the biggest myth about rum you'd like to break?
it's close to that. In fact, it's rum is sweet or rum is cheap. So I think this is totally false. Rum is about many other things. It's about precision, it's about style, it's about the fermentation, it's about the distillation, the versatility, and the taste, the flavor. So I think it's much more than what is most of the time reduced to.
Savanna is known for high ester rums. Where is the line between complexity and funk that becomes too much?
I think it's the drinkability, in fact. So you don't have to, we are not chasing esters for getting esters, but we are chasing to have a well-balanced rum with a lot of intensity. Our inspiration is coming from the wineness of the Réunion Island. And it's what we are looking we are working on high ester rums. But it has to be drinkable. So it's not always the case everywhere, and we are trying to keep all the high esters drinkable, in fact.
Is that something you control or something you discover along the way?
I would say both, because we are paying a lot of attention, but also a lot of research through the time to control the things as much as possible. But craft is not all about control, because you get things always that you don't want to happen. But we are not bottling everything too. So we are also able to keep things for us if it's not the level we want to reach, or if it's not the things we want to reach. And I think control is good, but when you are open to creation, in fact, it's good not to control everything. And also in the rum making, you have things you cannot 100% control. For example, the aging, what could happen into a cask, what could happen with a type of wood. So we know that, but you cannot control everything. So I think Mother Nature is always there to take its part, in fact, in what we are doing.
If you had to define Savanna's DNA, is it more about technology or the terroir of Réunion?
I would say, once again, both, because in fact, the terroir gives the setting. It also gives the inspiration to us with the wideness of the island. And I would also add in the terroir the people, because I think the terroir is also the mood and the culture of the people you are working with, I mean, for making the rum. And all the technology is more here to get the quality, to get the balance, and let's say to upgrade what you are crafting.
Which of these has a bigger impact on the final character of the rum?
I would say it's more or less equal part. In fact, terroir is giving the foundation, and it's giving all the local DNA of the rum, because of our molasses, because of our climate, because of our people linked to that terroir. And the technology is more there to upgrade the quality, to get the balance, and to get to be able to upgrade everything we are crafting.
Savanna is known for experimentation. Where is the line where it stops being Savanna?
Could be when you lose your identity, but we are very careful not to do so. So could be that, I would say.
The rum world is often criticized for a lack of transparency. Should it be standard to share detailed production information, like in whiskey?
Yeah, I think it's essential for us, because as we said, in people's mind, rum could be sweetness, could be cheap things, and this happens. But true rum is not really about this. So I think it's quite important at the moment of the consumer, when the consumer want to know what they are eating or drinking, it's quite important to let them know what is inside the bottles, and they will be able to make the comparison. And the transparency for me is not a trend, but it's an essential thing for the next decade. It's an essential thing to happen. This will make the difference between all kind of spirits and things you can have and drink, because sometimes the people, for them it's hard to understand that you are selling your rum at, let's say, I don't know, 50 euro a bottle, but they also can find rum at 10 euro a bottle. So what makes the difference? So I think you have to inform them. Transparency is the key for the future, and also above all for the consumers.
Is that the future of rum, or could it be a problem for some brands?
No, yes, I think it's the future, definitely, but some brands could have to struggle with this, because and people may be surprised too.
Do you remember a cask or batch that really surprised you?
At Savanna, not only at Savanna, because my first rum was Biel single cask 2003. So this one, I was really surprised, because I think it was a very beginning of my story with Savanna and with rum, and I learned about what could be a qualitative spirit with this rum. So thanks to the guy that sold me the bottle in Paris. And if I'm coming back to Savanna, so I've been surprised with many of our releases, many of our rums, knowing that my role is not to create them, but my role is to highlight the work of the other people. But I would say maybe the Edition Blanc that we have been crafting in collaboration with two stars chef Sato, Japanese chef in Paris, 2 stars restaurant. Edition Blanc was really an amazing. It was a high ester, but amazing rum. It's a high ester rum Réunion, so it's distilled in pot still with a very very long fermentation, close to 15 days. This rum was amazing because it was fruity and so expressive, and at the same time really really easy to drink. So this one, and maybe another one could be the next one we will preview with the people here in Czech Republic tonight, and that will be released in collaboration with Romix platform, released next week. So it's also a great rum people will discover tonight here in Prague.
How important is blending for Savanna compared to single cask releases?
Really important, because it's also part of our DNA. Heart of blending is part of our DNA. But with the single cask, we can highlight a specific type of rum and a specific transformation with the aging of the rum. And with the blend, we can do the same, so we are making that with limited releases, but we also offer to our consumer, to our fans, the consistency, because we are using the heart of blending a lot with our core range. With Le Must, for example, is a good example, but even our 5 years old, it's not made the same way, but it's also a blend.
Do you see rum as a spirit that belongs in fine dining, like wine?
Absolutely, I think yes, and I think it's underrated today. But I think rum is totally, and other spirits too, but made for that, because you have the intensity, you have the flavor, you have the versatility that make the experience possible. And I would have a message, in fact, for the people in the gastronomy. I think you don't have to wait for brands to make the jobs, but I think you have to do it home, because you really have a possibility for amazing experience with your people, with your guests. And I think it's brand new for a lot of people to drink spirits with food pairing, but I think it's also to the gastronomy people to open the door and to create the experience with their guests. Definitely not wait for the brand.
What would you personally pair with a high ester Savanna rum?
Could be something a bit like a blue cheese. Depends on the rum, of course. Could be blue cheese. Could be something a bit fat with a lot of flavor. Could be also the spicy cuisine. And I remember once we have been making also with seafood. But seafood with an agricole rum. So Savanna is 99% molasses rum, but we also have agricole rum. So it was with Creole 52. And we have been pairing not shrimps, but gambas, let's say, with agricole. And the agricole was also used to make the salsa, the sauce with it. So it was also an amazing pairing. It was very fresh. It was about the citrus, it was about, all the agrums, so nice experience.
How difficult is it to stay authentic on Réunion and still succeed globally?
I would say it's very hard, but the guideline is keep your high identity, in fact. So it's what we are trying to do, to keep the high identity.
Do you ever have to make compromises?
So we try never to make it with quality and never to make it with our identity. But you also have to make, like in everything, some compromise. Could be, I don't know, if we are going to the commercial part, could be with the price, because you also have to adapt to the market. Could be with the time. You are not mastering the time is mastering you. So even for aging a rum, it's not good today, but will be good in 5 years. Even for releasing, because you want this to be on the scene today, but it's not possible because of many things. So we have to make compromise with time most of the time.
What trends are shaping the rum world today, and which ones don't make sense to you?
So one trend we have in many markets, it's coming back to cheap spirits and not authentic spirits. I mean, sweetened and things like that. So this is not our DNA. So it's for us, it's a bit hard to see that. I would say that, because we're also talking on the markets about the premiumization. It's a concept. I think what is hard or expensive to produce could be premium, or maybe because it's more expensive at the end also for the consumers. But I'm not really at ease with the premiumization as a marketing concept, in fact, because you see a lot of ordinary spirits becoming premium. So brands becoming premium with ordinary spirits. So I'm not really at ease with that.
Is there a rum style you think is underrated today?
Maybe not a rum style, but I'm more talking with Savanna, but I would say something unique and a signature. I would say this one. It's not a style, but it's something unique. It's a Grand Arôme from Savanna. So of course it's a high ester, but it's a unique high ester. It's our style. I think today, if you drink it, if you taste it, you will see that it's like no other. And I think this one is definitely underrated. This one has to be in every back bar, maybe not in every people house, but at least in every back bar, because this one has to be known, and I think people has to share this.
How should bartenders be working with rum today?
I think they have to use it as I'd say that as a source of inspiration first, and because of the versatility of the rums, they have. It's like a box with plenty of toys, and they have to play with that. So definitely, it's a huge source of inspiration. And at the end, I think, but I'm not a bartender, their role is also to educate the people. And when I say educate, it's more being the people aware of the different quality of rums, but could be other spirits, but different quality of rums, and maybe what they have behind in the back bar or what they are pouring, maybe not the same that the people can find in the first supermarket around the corner. So that type of education, I think, it's also their role, in where they can have a real added value for their own guests, in fact.
What's the most common mistake you see?
I have the chance to go in top-end bars, so it's not where you have the most mistake, but I would say globally, I think a lot of bartenders still make cocktails too sweet. I think it's easy to drink for many people, but I think in the cocktail, what you have to look, it's of course the balance with all the ingredients. So I would say yes, cocktail too sweet, also cocktail where you perceive the alcoholic ABV a bit too much. So I'm not at ease with that, where you have something when it's not balanced, let's say.
Rum neat or cocktail?
Depends on the rum. Depends on the time, but I like both. But depends, yes, on the rum, on the time, on your mood too, and the moment of the day. So I think you have a good possibility, a good inspiration at every time in the day to have a nice rum. But yeah, whatever. But let's drink a cocktail maybe.
What's the most underrated part of rum production?
It depends for which people, because the people, let's say the rum enthusiasts, know more and more about rum and how you craft the rum and what is really playing a role in the end product. But I would say, if I have to say one, I would say fermentation, because fermentation is the basis when you get your raw material and you create most of the aroma. It's the stage where you create most of the aroma you will have in the final drink at the end. So I would say fermentation, and fermentation is also the stage where you have a chance to push the research a lot and to find new things. So I think distillation is more mechanical, and fermentation is still a part of freedom. Let's say you can invent.
What makes a great rum truly great?
I would say not the fame, but the rum itself, the balance, the intensity, and the flavors. And the balance between all that and the concentration. I like when the rum are concentrated. Could be a white, could be a aged rum, but the concentration of the aromas when you have, and also the structure maybe. What you have in your mouth is quite important to have something a bit oily, a bit fat, and even it plays a big role in the cocktail. So yeah.
That was another episode of the Visit Chef magazine podcast, featuring a conversation with Samuel Pitarch. You can find all episodes in our archive at visitchef.com/podcast, as well as on all major podcast apps. Feel free to contact us, we'd love to hear from you. We'll be back with a new episode soon, and we're already looking forward to having you with us again.